Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here. Once again, it is time for a bench press day. But after the recovery issues I ran into from this weekend, having to go real easy the first part of the week, I'm going to ease back into this, ramp back up, because I had a 2-week block of training before that that was phenomenal. Hit all sorts of rep PRs, felt good. Then I ran into a sleep issue, hit a wall. Now, I also wonder if I didn't almost overreach a little bit in there. And something I'm looking at, I do need to be very careful when I'm doing all these heavy doubles and triples. I need to be careful with that. I need to be careful of the overtraining side, particularly going way too heavy on supplemental work. I've got to remind myself, follow my own principles. It works for my clients. Everything else is, after the heavy work, it really is about just building muscle. Stop trying to do 5s and 6s. Everything should be 8 plus. 8 is the absolute cutoff. So I eased back into that. It felt a little better today, felt okay. I could have got a third rep with that 335. We can look at the bar speed, and I think it's obvious that was not a 2 rep max. Like, let's ease back into these. I don't need to go 100% on all these peak sets. I just need some real good quality 1 to 3 rep sets. And then push for PRs on days when I feel really good. Everything else, let's worry about building muscle. Just get good fatigue. These sets do not need to be pushing the bleeding edge. Are we getting appropriate volumes? Are we getting appropriate tensions? You know what? 245 for 8 to 10? That's what got me to where I was on the slow stuff. That's what got me to the 365 pause bench. That's what got me to where I hit last week, a 340 for 3 paused reps. Okay? It's the stuff that got me there. Got to stop doing this. Oh, let's run up to 275 and try to squeeze out 7 or 8 reps. Of course, I hit a failure on one of those days with that. These were feeling a hair weaker. It's like my strength is down just a hair from last week still. Not much, but just a hair. So 8s felt pretty heavy on these rows instead of getting 10s, and that's okay. It's okay. So I came in with these, and I think I went something like 10, 10, 8, whatever, on the benching. But you know what? They're challenging limit sets. They put muscle on me. Very pec dominant. Okay? Build a lot of chest. I don't know that triceps are fully really a limit for my benching right now. I don't necessarily think they are. Just looking at how that felt and looking at how the last training week went, when I did some of those, it's like, look, I do need to keep building chest. Obviously, triceps are always something I'm going to need to focus on. They always need to be bigger. But a lot of this, it's like, I really do need those higher reps on the chest pressing volume. And that's what I'm getting at, but that's not saying I'm not going to do tricep work, because we need tricep work. Absolutely need it. But I need my benching. I need my rep work on benching to build the chest. And we get that better out of really cranking in and doing some quality reps, in that 8 to 12 rep range. When we start getting lower, we start to get a little more tricep dominant when the reps get lower and we get heavier. And again, that's good for maxes to some extent, but I'm already doing tricep work. I don't need my chest pressing volume to be overly worried about tricep gains. I really don't. I need my pecs, I need my front delts, all that to grow from it. So again, get in, get the quality sets, and be patient with it, okay? Because I can look at what I ramped up to with that stuff, the last couple weeks, and go, really, it's the muscle I built in the month or two before that did that. And I did that off of all these 10s. A lot of 8, 9, 10, 11 rep pause reps. Then I added a little incline, and as soon as I added that incline in, what happened? The bench started jumping up a little bit. But even then, I started pushing towards last week, right before I kind of had this stuff happen this weekend. And again, could my overreaching have been a factor? I think it can be. But yeah, all the heavy work beats me up. So I'm like, look, let me dial the incline back and not try to do 205 for 6s. Dropped all the way down to 155. focused on some quality sets. I wanted to get that stretch in the chest, so most of these are done with a little bit of pause, trying to really get that stretch at the bottom of my chest. That's what I'm shooting for. I want to feel that stretch. We need the myotatic reflex. We need that lengthened position. All right, why are we doing this incline work? To bring up my pecs and my front delts out of the, and to get them stronger out of the bottom of the bench press. Okay, incline is really good at that. If you're weak right off the chest, getting quality work in on the incline will bring that up. And that's, again, doing some nice 10 rep sets where you really get that stretch at the bottom. Really bodybuilder type training there. But again, it will carry over to your benching because of the way it builds the chest. And for this other supplemental work, because I'm still easing off that recovery issue, I didn't go crazy on the volume. You know, I did for my flat bench and my barbell rows, I did 3 sets. These others, the incline and the dumbbell rows, I just did 2 sets. 2 quality sets of 10. And I tried to make these sets really work the muscles, really feel good. Again, these are now second exercises. These are not primary exercises anymore. This is digging in and hitting those other angles. You know, we've already flat benched a barbell row. Now we're getting in and hitting some deeper angles with some work that really stretches. So both of these are lengthened position exercises. It's really a magical place for hypertrophy, right? Because those rows, look at that lat stretch we get on that dumbbell row at the bottom. Same thing, the incline, that pectoral stretch at the bottom of an incline bench when you have it just right, we're getting those deep lengthening positions on the muscle, right? This is where we get bigger. And instead of doing my normal arm work, I'm like, let's just come in and hit some bands. They're restorative, build some tendons, build some work capacity. Next workout, we'll ease back into the free weights. We'll go back into the curls and the skull crushers with weights, right? Just get some band work today. We can grow from all this. Get that work capacity back up, and then we'll continue to flow with it next week. And again, I think we should be right back into that groove of where I was at that point. Just need to be very careful with my sleep, need to be careful with my food. I'm noticing some trends in my food choices of how they affect recovery and training, at least currently. And so I need to continue those trends. And honestly, a lot of that is really whole food carbohydrates. The more of those I hammer down, the better my recovery and training is. Okay. Whole foods, tons of carbs. This is where my recovery tends to be maximized. And I've observed these trends over time. It's very, very apparent. So let me put that into perspective. I'm eating a lot of watermelon. All right. There we go. All right, guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I'll talk to you guys next time.